How to work effectively. That's what we're talking about on this video. In terms of cut it, measure your results and your time, attitude adjustment, communicate, and design your routine. That's what we're talking about on this video. Let's go. How to work effectively. Let's get at it. Number one is cut it. Whatever it is that does not fit your dreams, hopes, or aspirations, or your 6 Alls. It doesn't fit into these 6 baskets, what I call the 6 Alls. Is it a personal goal? Is it a familial goal? Is it a now spiritual goal or a professional goal? Is it a financial goal or is it a relational goal? If it doesn't fit one of those 6, cut it. It is a simplifying of your life, leadership, and business, as well as what you want to compete is your hobby and the relationships it is that you have. You cut it out so that you now simplify your life. It is addition by subtracting from your life, making sure that you stay focused and are not distracted by all the bull crap that is out there that is grabbing for your attention, that is grabbing for your time. Time it is that you don't have that needs to be focused and now invested into your dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and to work effectively towards those dreams, hopes, and aspirations. You, me, and we must cut it. Whatever that it is, cut it today, not later and not tomorrow, not when you get a chance, even though it's uncomfortable. But those people, those vices, bad habits, places it is that you, me, and we frequent, if it does not bring value to your life, it is time for you to cut it, whatever that it is. It'll allow you to focus when we cut it. And it will be. That's why this is number one. To cut out our bad habits, the things it is that bring no increase in probability for success to your goals, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. To cut it is very hard. It is more like surgery, just not like taking up paper scissors. That's what used to be my kids. My kids are now 8 and 11. But when they were younger, they used to use these scissors that can't cut anything, right? No, this is not like cutting like that. This is surgery. To cut out of your life these things, that's why it's number one and it's the priority. To cut out these bad habits, people, places, and the things it is that we used to do that are non-value items, that is not part or even needed for the agenda to be successful. To cut it out is more like surgery. It will be hard. It will hurt. You will get cut into, you will bleed, and you will need time to heal. So number one, for how to work more effectively is to cut it. Is it hard? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And then now number 2 is to measure both your results and your time. Being a football guy and a person that is about numbers, even though I'm more about social reasoning and also spiritual approach and faith, man, but the numbers do not lie. And though I believe in people and relationships and all those, is how do we measure our time and our money, right? How do we do that? Our results and what the outcomes are, so that now we can review, refine, and regenerate the things that were good and cut out the things that were bad, that really brought no value, brought no prosperity, no progress, no advancement, no progress to what it is that we're doing in terms of measuring it. What did we do in sales? How many people did we coach? What is the amount of time that we invested in something? So we measure that according to our daily calendar. And that which we have allotted that brings us no return on investment, return on people, return on relationships. When there is no return, then we look at what those are in terms of the measurables. And then now we look at our strategy and how we further design going into the future. And then number 3 is of how to work effectively is attitude. and an attitude adjustment. Yes, what happens to you, me, and we matters, but what matters more is how you, me, and what our response is. According to our dreams, hopes, and aspirations, according to our success and our achievement, according to our joy, peace, happiness, fulfillment, and love, to not, after our innate reaction, to not be just emotional, fearful, and frustrated and angered, that now we can get back on track. Attitude to me is response behavior to what happens to you, me, and we, that we are able to respond according to our success and achievement, joy, peace, happiness, fulfillment, and love. Those are the things that are vital, that are important, that we need to get back on track on. Hey, I'm not trying to discount what happens to you, me, and we. COVID-19, uprising, being oppressed, or being in another country and not having the civil liberties that we may have here. I'm not trying to downplay any of that, wherever it is that you are, anywhere around the world. But our response to that, in spite of the negativity, the struggle, the haters, the naysayers, our own self-doubt, struggle, as just alluded to, as well as the failure, despite all that, how do we respond? Attitude behavior and response behavior according to adjusting our attitude so we can work more effectively, work together better with other people, is our response to the negativity that happens to us, as well as the success. In that, the attitude response to success is, it's everyone else's contributions that made us successful as a team. And when stuff goes wrong, the leader says, nah, that's my bad. That's attitude for working more effectively. Now, number 3 is going to be, number 4 now is communicate. So number 1 was cut it. Number 2, measure your results in time. Number 3 is attitude adjustment. And number 4 now is communicate. Ongoing, never-ending, relentless communication to the mission and the vision of the organization, along with the standards daily. 2 to 3 weekly calls. Where are we? What are we trying to do? What are the issues? Here are the solution. This is the standards. This is how we roll. The mission is the why. The vision is the what we're doing. And to now contributing and making progress to our goals. Do you want to work more effectively? Communicate to your people. What are the most important tasks? What is the expectation? What is the standard? What are the results and the goals that we want to achieve? Then what is the strategy and the daily habits, the daily activities, and the daily routines to be able to achieve what it is that we want within that? Communicate again. Communicate tomorrow. Communicate next week. Communicate on Monday in the beginning of the week. Communicate at the end of the week on Friday. You have to communicate as human beings. Communication is the vehicle in which our collaboration now can yield whatever we want. Lack of communication, or not being able to effectively communicate what the knowledge is that people need in terms of their training. Communicate. And then also what the accountability, which are the action items, daily habits, daily activities, daily routines, the behaviors according to the standards in terms of action items of that knowledge, is what we need to communicate. And then in communication, that you appreciate. In championship sports coaching, you cite the problem, give the solution, encourage. That's because in terms of communication, you can communicate and coach people as hard as you mother-freaking want, but they first have been already delivered the communication that you care, the actions that you care. When you know and can communicate that you care to people, then you can coach them as hard as you want because they know you have their best interest in mind. And number 5 now is design your routine. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. From January all the way to December. Starting with New Year's, going to Valentine's. Because the calendar is the routine and the momentum. The calendar is the compass for how it is that you, me, and we can work effectively. And pay for things cheaper when we plan out? Do we know what we're doing for Easter, now July, and then 4th of July? Before that, Memorial Day. When we get to Labor Day in September, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, what is the plan? Design that plan, because without a plan to be successful is a plan for failure and not working effectively. Those are the 5. Number 1, cut it. Number 2 is measure your results in time. Number 3 is attitude adjustment. Number 4 now is communicate. And number 5 is design your routine so it equates us to being successful. That is working effectively. I hope you liked that and you liked this video, enjoyed it, gained from it, became edified, encouraged, and inspired. If you did so, please smash that like button and comment below what your thoughts are, and please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. As always, as we do here, work to be your best and live your best life. It is your boy Coach V. One love, mad respect, live it. Peace.